Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Frankie B, and we are now into the final stages of this 9x12 commission. It is called BWNN, or the bot with no name, Hunter Bot versus the legendary King GHIDORAH. And now I am applying, today's the day I'm going to be applying the gray tone marker, and then it'll be a wrap. This is a fun piece. Now I have to admit, yesterday when I was filming the inking process of this, oh man, when I looked on it on YouTube, my attempt was that I wanted people to be able, I wanted to pull my iPhone up, the video camera, so that video camera in my iPhone, excuse me, so that it could see the whole picture. I wanted a full scene of it so people can kind of see. When I looked at it, I wasn't really happy. It looked like it almost seemed out of focus a little bit. And I was like, oh man, God, I mean, there's nothing I can do because what's done is done. That's it. So today I was like, screw it. I'm just going to push the camera down further, and then we'll just get more of a closer look of the piece. And then and you just keep going. That's all you can do. I'm not going to wallow over it and get all like, and whatever. It is what it is. These kind of things kind of happen. I'm a commercial illustrator. I'm an artist, I'm not a videographer. Don't want to be a videographer, and you know, yeah, just like I said before many times, my YouTube channel is more of a portfolio, you know. And there's some times when back in the past when I took out my portfolio and the plastic in it would be a little wrinkled or whatever. So be it. It is what it is, you know. All I can do is just move on. So anyway, the tools of today for the markering will be these nice Q-tips. It's like the finger, I forgot, I don't have the box in front of me, but they're more like fine liners for your fingernails and stuff. But I love these because of the sharper edge. And then I have my Copic dyes, Copic inks. Call them dyes. I'm so old school. That's what we used to call them, dyes. And then yeah. So let's get this going. So, whoo, man, 2021. You know, I really hope that it's been pretty good for all you guys out there, you know, men and women that are in the creative, in the art flow. I really hope that it's been as good as it has been for me. I've been consistently working on artwork. It has not slowed down. You know, got a comic book series this year that's going to be dropping next year. And just been working on a lot of really cool commissions and just projects, and it's just been really fun. And I really do hope that you're also experiencing some really cool stuff that's you know, in your life. You know, I really do, sincerely. So with that said, what I'm gonna do now, this is off panel right here, but what I'm doing is applying the dye to my Q-tip, and I'm gonna start off very gently with the lightning. I like to work my way up in there. Now previously when I was inking it, I used and I didn't even note that too, darn it, was the Statler fine liner pens, colored pens, which I am like now addicted to. They are fantastic. They're great colored pens and stuff like that. I started using them a lot more with my sketch card commissions, and then occasionally also with the these kind of commissions as well. They're just really, really good. So I'm using this as a tool to just kind of add a little bit of, you know, fill in a little bit of color. Now it's funny because this stuff brings me back to back in the days of me working in advertising, what we called adding in spot color. Now spot color is when you take some artwork and you just kind of just go in and you don't really get too crazy in coloring, because you want some of that white. You want to give it almost a very organic kind of feel, very natural kind of feel. It's almost like it's finished but unfinished as well, you know. And I love that kind of coloring thing. So you leave a little bit of the white out and you can kind of play around with stuff. I love doing assignments like this where, you know, I'm able to go back to the classic school of you know, black and gray tone and that kind of thing. I love black and gray. You know, I'm happy to see a lot of comic book creators are still embracing it. I mean, a lot of the black and gray tone stuff is, you see it a lot more with manga, but you're starting to see some Western artists doing embracing it as well, which is so important. You know, again, I don't want to see color go away by no means, but again, I think it's important that we see all these various techniques and styles and stuff like that. They have to be all maintained. I'd rather see that. I want to see them all maintained. All right, I'm gonna add some lighting here. This is gonna be the lightning in the background. And I gotta work on those clouds so the lightning's coming. You know, I just loved how King Ghidorah was just like a force in there. They really captured it. That's probably the first time where you've seen King Ghidorah, in my opinion, where he is a force of nature. Like he's just, you know, storms. You know, I mean, my hometown of Boston was literally obliterated. My guess is that I was like, yeah, pretty much Rhode Island, Boston, and Connecticut probably was like decimated. the massive amount of storm front that he was coming in, it was just like, yeah, it's just gone. There's no way. Which makes me wonder, like, from the point of when King Kong versus Godzilla, like how much reconstruction had been done. That would have been kind of interesting to see. You know, but what's fun is that in those kind of universes established by Toho, humanity tends to rebuild really quickly after a massive, you know, kaiju attack or something. It's like boom, super fast. We got this done. Like they got it down pat. All right. So now this is the process of me just building up on it. And again, yeah, you know, me having it much more closer, you don't get to see everything because I have to kind of move it in, so you're gonna miss some stuff. I'll keep trying to move in and out. Let me just also add that this is another mashup video, and my mashup videos pretty much have me talking for a little bit, you know, and then I transition over into the hyperlapse, which is just, you know, super fast drawing with more music and stuff like that. I found it as a good way, a good balance, you know, good balance so that you know, so you can just kind of see the art flow going, you know. All right, so here, I think for me, my idea is that I'm gonna use warm grays with King Ghidorah, you know, and then cold grays with the bot with no name, so you can see them kind of pop out a little bit, you know. It's important to establish. Now again, when you're doing spot coloring, God, I wish I had a bigger, you know, I'm so, you know, yeah, you know, doing this close, you really can't see it. So I'm just gonna, I'll try to focus here on the thing. So when you're doing spot coloring, it's just really, you're just getting some of the slight form. You want some of these nice highlights to come in because they really pop the art out. And this is just layer up on layer, you know. One thing about you cannot be afraid. You have to approach it like, boom, I'm in control, I'm confident. That was one of the things that many of my mentors would always express. They said, you have to have a level of confidence when you're doing anything like art, just like singing. Like if you're singing or, you know, athletics or whatever, there has to be a level of confidence. Like you got to believe that you can make this happen, you know? And then even if you make a mistake and you feel like you made a mistake, you still go, okay, well, you know, hey, it happens. You move on. Don't let that overcome or consume your thoughts. You know, I don't. And I've been doing this for a very long time. I just kind of go, okay, well, yeah, next time. I've learned to let go of a lot of that kind of stuff. I know it's tough though, I'll admit, you know. It's tough for, I would say, for newer artists out there because they want to be able to put their best foot out. And you'd be surprised, your best foot's already there. You know, you just got to believe. You know what I mean? All right. I will say that it's a tough character to illustrate. Oof. I was just thinking that when I was inking it, I said, oh my goodness, it's like imagine trying to illustrate this character like in a monthly series or something. Oof. There would have to be a lot of shortcuts. You know, I noticed even like, well, even the stuff I'm seeing from Legendary with, is it Drew Edwards? I think Drew Edwards is working on that. I could be wrong. Let me know, you know, in the comments from off. But I think he's working on that, and I can see some of the stuff where he has to You know, he has to look at shortcuts and stuff, a lot of shadows and stuff like that to fill in things, which is, you know, you do it well. You know, he does it well. Because that's the name of the, you know, you have to remember that. Just like me when I was working on the pages with kaijus and cowboys, is that, you know, I established a time frame that I was like, I gotta get this done. Because that's the thing, me right now at this point, me and Matthew, because we're now officially like creators with a concept and we're picked up by a publisher, we have to work on and to try to define what our work schedule is, you know. And I have to too, because again, it's like it's not like I'm just working on kaijus and cowboys. It's like I'm working on that, and then as well as a few other things that may cross my path, because, you know, unfortunately, you know, I just, you know, to be able to help add my contribution to the to me and Jess's marital pot, you know, I got to be able to pull in some other income as well. So I'm definitely not making a ton of money, but, you know, I have to be able to work on other stuff. So with that said, you know, that stayed in the back of my mind. I was just like, man, you gotta see all the time. And I really surprised myself. I came in pretty good. I'm very happy with my time schedule that I came in with. Very happy with it. You know, it established it. Like I always tell people, if I'm working on a comic book, that I say between 2 to 3 month period should be established. I think that's a fair amount of time. That's enough time to allow for the creative team to be able to work. If there happens to be edits, if something comes up, someone's not feeling well, that fills in all that time. And plus that allows a publisher to be able to have something to work with. You know, you say 2 to 3 months, shine more on the 3 month period, which would be much more better in my opinion. Then that publisher can look at that and say, okay, I know that they'll have it done. They'll have something finished to me by this date, you know? Oh man, I love it. I didn't even have to reach for my actual Copic marker pens. Not yet. But man, I love it. And I haven't even broke out the old trusty gel pen yet. But anyway, oh man, I'm starting to veer off and stuff, guys. Anyway, I've been talking for now 12 minutes, a few more minutes, and then I'll switch over to Hyperlapse. But again, I just want to just thank you for just coming on by and hanging out with me for a little bit, you know? You know, you don't have to, but you choose to. And I'm honored by that. I don't take any of this lightly. I love comments. I love the comments that people put down there and stuff like that. It inspires me too. You know, hopefully my artwork and what I do inspires you, hopefully. And then, and in turn, you know, I'm inspired by your words of encouragement. They inspire me to keep, you know, doing what I'm doing, to keep striving, to keep bringing 200%. If I falter, if I feel like I want to bring 80%, nope, I can't. I have to dig deep and push for that 200. Go beyond it. All right. I just want to throw a shout out to the G-Man too. He is just a phenomenal collector, just somebody who is just really amazing individual. And it's always good, like doing stuff for this kind of stuff for individuals like that. You want to make it special. You want to make it exciting. You know, in my mind, that's all I'm thinking of. I'm just like, I'm gonna make this special for him. So, and he was so understanding too. I have to admit, very understanding about it. You know, I just was like, hey man, you know, I'm working on kaijus and cowboys, and I just got the coloring, but I kept him in the loop, and I showed him the pre-sketches, rough sketches and stuff like that, and he liked it. And I went through my idea of what I wanted to do, and he just was like, oh, cool, Frank. And I was just like, all right, man. I said, you are the man. So huge shout out to the G-Man. He knows who he is, you know. Yeah, he's just an amazing soul, and I'm very fortunate. I'm very glad that we crossed paths, And I know that one day we'll get to meet one day, you know. And he's definitely someone who has a bunch of my artwork I've done. It's almost like, again, I want to become like, you know, hopefully if I get famous or whatever, that it eventually pays off for him. And, you know, they're not just in the sense, like, again, I'm a collector as well. And so I know that people, they collect for a lot of reasons. I collect because I love something, but also, you know, hey man, if it helps them out in their tough times or whatever, then so be it. I've had to go down that route of, you know, selling some of my prized possessions and, you know, just to get through a certain hump in life, you know, something tough times or whatever. So I understand that and I respect it. It's never easy. So I'm hoping, but I also know that he really values that artwork and stuff like that. So that makes it even much more special. So anyway, this is the point that I'm going to be switching over to hyperlapse. I want to thank you so much for just coming in and just listening to this mad artist, this mad, I'm not angry mad, but just insane, mad, creative, just, you know, my ramblings. Thank you so much. I am truly honored. And now, as always, keep that art flowing.